Hi, my name is GCelentano, and I'd like to introduce you to Jersey's finest brew pub. So how did I come up with the idea to start a brew pub? Well, let me tell you the quick version behind the idea. Meet Dave. Dave is one of my coworkers. He's a 35-year-old business professional, married with two children, and enjoys the occasional brew after work. One day I was walking out of the office and I overheard my coworkers trying to figure out where they should go for happy hour next week. So as I walked out the door, they still couldn't decide. While I was driving home, I started thinking about where I could stop to unwind and have a quick beer myself. I could only think of one local restaurant that offered the variety I was looking for, but couldn't think of any bars or brew pubs. This issue seems to arise pretty often. Being a passionate home brewer for the past 6 years or so, as much as I love brewing beer at home, I also want to be able to go somewhere locally, sit down and enjoy a good quality beer. This led to the idea of Jersey's Finest Brew Pub being born. Jersey's Finest Brew Pub will be located in northwest New Jersey within Morris County. We'll offer a variety of locally crafted beers with superior quality, competitive pricing, and the best value for cost. We'll have a staff that is knowledgeable of all the beers we offer, and they'll be able to share information and recommendations according to the customer's likes and dislikes. We'll create a memorable experience for customers who are looking for a place to stop on the way home from work, or a group of coworkers looking for a place to hold a happy hour, or a private event, or just anyone really looking to taste a high quality brew. We'll have brews to please everyone, seasonal brews, limited run brews, and beers brewed with locally sourced ingredients. Jersey Spine is going to stand out by utilizing new technology called a smart brewing system that will allow quick brewing in a small space. It'll also allow us to control the system using an iPad or iPhone. This will allow for easy brewing and the ability to carry the variety that customers are looking for. We'll also use locally sourced ingredients to brew specific beers that are marketed as truly local beers. So now I'd like to share a little bit of information about the brewing industry. The brewing industry is a $32.7 billion industry with profits of approximately $3 billion. The 10 to 15-year annual growth is estimated at 3.1%. The brewing industry has a high level of market share concentration, with the four largest brewers generating 67.5% of the revenue. Miller Coors and Anheuser-Busch InBev dominate the industry and are responsible for the majority of all premium beer production within the U.S. Over the past 5 years, the industry has been changing with more small players entering the market. Although small-scale independent brewers represent a small portion of the industry in terms of revenue, the popularity of craft beers has led to significant growth among this class of brewers over the past 5 years. Now let's talk a little bit about our target market. Jersey's Finest Brew Co. has divided potential customers into two major categories: the beer connoisseurs and the professionals. Beer connoisseurs will be drawn to Jersey's Finest for their love and passion for beer. The main appeal to this segment will be the large number of hard-to-find beers that are available in our brew pub. The professionals will be considered the general bar attending public from the area. This group will be drawn to the bar after work or on weekends to relax in a friendly and classy atmosphere. So our potential customer is a male between the ages of 30 and 39 years of age, full-time professional that earns $50,000 or higher with a college degree. The potential customer could be single, married, or have children. They will have some disposable income and are willing to spend a few extra dollars on higher quality beer. So how do we plan on getting our target market in the door? Well, the first step in the marketing plan is to make a great beer. If we're making a great beer, the marketing becomes a lot easier. First-time tasters become more likely to turn into repeat customers, and if we tell our story effectively, they'll start to tell all their friends. So both advertising and word of mouth will play a big part in the success of Jersey's Finest. We'll try to appeal to both new and repeat customers with a unique advertising campaign and a large online presence. We utilize both traditional and non-traditional marketing to generate the desired noise about Jersey's Finest Brew Co. We'll be using various social media platforms such as Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube to cover a wide range of potential customers, develop lasting relationships, and communicate with our target market more effectively. We utilize social media to allow customers to vote for which beers they would like to see featured each week. We'll create a YouTube channel that'll provide virtual tours of our brewery and the atmosphere customers will expect to experience when they come in. For each beer that we brew, we'll create a video of what goes into the brewing process. This will hopefully help convey the passion and talent that goes into every single brew that we make. We'll also participate in beer festivals to get our name out there and allow people to taste our beers. This will give us an opportunity to talk to people and tell our story, hopefully giving them something to remember in addition to the best tasting beer. Another part of the marketing strategy will be our loyalty programs for the customers. Our loyalty programs can track which beers the customers tried. It'll also allow us to host invitation-only release parties for members to taste new beers before anyone else can, and it'll let them interact with the brewers. This not only shows gratitude for the members' loyalty, but also promotes an element of exclusivity. Earlier, we spoke about the competitive nature of the industry. Now let's take a closer look at the local competition. So there's only a few places in Morris County that a customer can get superior quality craft beers with such a large selection. Some of our local competition will be High Point Brewing Company, Long Valley Pub and Brewery, and Morris Tap and Grill. There's also two breweries opening in Morris County in 2016 called Jersey Girl Brewing Company and Twin Elephant Brewing Company. The High Point Brewing Company is also called Rammstein. They're one of America's premier brewers of German-style lagers and wheat beers. The founder and driving force of Rammstein is an award-winning brewer who trained and brewed professionally in southern Germany, and they distribute their beers to local restaurants and offer tours and tastings. Long Valley Pub and Brewery brews beer on site, and they have a 7-barrel brewing system, and they're currently producing about 800 barrels per year. They offer handcrafted brews, seasonal beers, special brews, beer tours, virtual tours. Then they offer take-home growlers. They also have live entertainment on the weekends and have an outside area that's open during the warmer months. Morris Tap and Grill is a real destination of choice for people looking for a great restaurant in Randolph, New Jersey. And Morris Tap and Grill is known for great food, amazing beer selection, friendly atmosphere. Considered one of the best places in the area to have a craft beer. They're constantly rotating their selection and continuously updating their tap list. And they've partnered with New Jersey Craft Beer to offer discount to their members and host frequent tap takeovers by some of the amazing craft brewers. Some of the key success factors of a successful brew pub are the atmosphere, quality of product, variety of product, price, and the location. So we utilize the competitive assessment table to evaluate our business compared to our competition. So as you can see here, one of our largest competitors is going to be Morris Tap and Grill. The advantages we have over Morris Tap and Grill are our in-house brewing. This will allow us to have a large variety and quicker changes. Our competitors don't offer a loyalty program like we will for their customers, and that'll be a big part of our business also. So it's not only important to have high quality product or have a facility and staff that welcomes customers, but it's also important to have good, knowledgeable people to run the business. Jersey's Finest is a fairly small business and requires simple organizational structure. We'll start out with me as the president and owner, and I have 10 plus years of operations management, retail experience. I worked in the IT industry for 4 years, and I've also been a passionate home brewer for the past 6 or so years, and I've been able to create a lot of recipes for a variety of different beers. Then we have Michael Gann, who will assume the position of controller and finance manager. Michael's 15 plus years in the finance field with budgeting, financial planning analysis, accounting, audit. That'll all help us keep the finances in line at Jersey's Finest. And also, in addition to his finance background, he was partnered in opening a local restaurant in 2012. So Michael's experience in finance and his startup business will play an important role in our organization. So his responsibilities will be providing financial and accounting support for the company. We currently have an open position for the operations manager. This individual will oversee all operations from the back of the house and the front of the house. They'll be responsible for maintaining the highest level of guest satisfaction. We also have Jason Shaw, who will be the head brewer. Jason has been the home brewer for the last 10 years, and he recently worked in a local brewery at an entry-level position for the last year, gaining valuable experience in the industry. In addition to his homebrewing experience, he'll also receive training on the new equipment from our manufacturer. We'll also utilize one of the gurus who was pivotal throughout our testing phase as a consultant whenever we need them. Utilizing a guru as a consultant is going to allow us to receive advice from someone who has experience in the industry and has been through the startup phase. Now we'll talk a little bit about social responsibility and sustainability. So our commitment to sustainability extends to ensuring that our product is produced in a responsible and sustainable manner. All suppliers are expected to conduct business in an ethical manner and to comply with all laws and regulations. We'll monitor our suppliers' performance on a variety of factors ranging from safety to environmental performance through our vendor code of conduct that'll be signed by all suppliers along with on-site observations. The vendor code of conduct communicates our values and expectations for our business partners. We're also going to have 5% of our sales from our local beers being donated to Allsteed Farms in Chester, New Jersey to help contribute to the startup for the organic growing process for ingredients required for brewing. Allsteed is going to become another local source for our ingredients. So we realize that starting a business is not a simple task, and there's going to be some bumps in the road and concerns that arise. One of the largest risks that exists is the growing craft beer industry, which leads to the increase in competition. There have also been concerns over ingredient availability. Purchasing the Smart Brew system provides the opportunity for us to purchase all of our ingredients from this vendor, who not only provides the equipment, but also sources ingredients from around the world. We won't be limited to one supplier, and we'll utilize local suppliers for ingredients also. Starting a business always involves risk of time and money. The expected amount of time and money can easily double if not planned correctly. So we've spoken to numerous business owners in the field, and that'll hopefully help us mitigate some of the expected delays. So as you can see here, we have quite a list of milestones with completed dates and anticipated completed dates. Some of the key milestones I'd like to point out are securing financing by April of 2016, signing our lease for a building in October. As soon as we sign the lease, we're going to start renovations. So we'd like to complete those renovations by January of 2017, installing the brewing equipment in January, and then also brewing our first batch. And then we plan on opening the doors to the public in February of 2017. So now let's look at some of our financials. Jersey's Finest is going to require a large startup investment to purchase equipment and renovate the building that we end up leasing. We're looking to obtain funding by April of 2016. The majority of the investment money is going to be used to obtain the necessary permits, deposit for the building along with monthly rent, improvements to the building in order to facilitate our equipment, purchasing our equipment, and covering our staff salaries. We plan to set aside some of the investment money to be used as working capital. So our sales expectations. Well, sales will begin in February of 2017. Our first monthly profits will begin in May of 2017, but we won't be profitable for the entire year until year 2. We expect sales to increase by 1% per month in the first year, and cost of goods will slightly decrease over the years. In year 1, our net profit is estimated at a loss of $60,000, but by year 2, quarter 1, we conservatively estimate a net profit of $93,000 and steadily increasing profits over the next 4 years. By the end of year 2, we estimate our ending cash balance to be $1.4 million. Here you can see our break-even estimates. And now we'll talk about our funding information. So Jersey's Finest is seeking an investment of $400,000 from an investor in order to begin operations. The investor will be offered a 40% equity share in the company, and this funding will allow us to obtain a building and all the material needed along with the personnel needed. Jersey's Finest will have a net present value of $9.03 million with an ROI of 530% based on projected cash flow for 5 years. A 40% equity stake in the company for the investor results in a 212% ROI for the 5-year period. So as you can see, this is a growing industry, and we have put together a team that has the skills and experience to run a profitable business. So I want to thank you for your time and consideration, and I look forward to hearing from you in the near future.